Hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where a few days ago on the channel I tackled a puzzle by IcyFruit, which took me 4 hours and 3 minutes to solve. It was one of the most brutally brilliant and difficult puzzles I've ever tackled in my life. And of course, IcyFruit has made another puzzle, and this one is called Manta. And I'm going to have a go at it today. Now, the solace, if there is such a thing, in the context of very hard Sudoku puzzles, is that this only has 4 stars out of 5 for difficulty, and an enormous approval rating as well. So I'm hoping this one will be more approachable. At least the rules of this one are a little bit more tractable, because we've got some, what are they called, zipper lines? A zipper line here, and a sort of mod 5 line. So the little blue lines are mod 5. Anyway, we will read the rules together in a moment or two's time. You will see from the length of this video, assuming I managed to solve the puzzle, how long it's taken me, or whether we have beaten 4 hours and 3 minutes, or well, we better beat 4 hours and 3 minutes, or this video won't be out on time. But IcyFruit is a total and utter genuine genius. So I looked on Logic Masters actually before I turned on the webcam, and there was somebody who's written a comment along the lines of, "This puzzle brought tears to my eyes. It is so beautiful." I think we're in for a treat again. Anyway, I'll read the rules, as I say, in a moment or two. Now, a couple of bits of news. Yesterday, I did a puzzle called, well, it wasn't called this. It was called Compression Algorithm to celebrate Chinstrap's 40th birthday. And this is a sort of Squishtoku puzzle, in the sense that, you know, that cell simultaneously belongs to box 1 and box 4. And I got a really interesting email overnight from David. David, thank you for writing. It's something I hadn't thought about before, where David pointed out that the Squishtomefel ring in a Squishtoku has a really surprising pattern. So if you've never heard of the Squishtomefel ring, it's a ring. Let's go back to normal Sudoku. It's a theorem that tells you that those cells in any normal Sudoku puzzle are the exact same 16 digits that occur in the 4 corners of the grid. And I even managed to make a number file video with Brady Harron, which has been viewed something like 2 or 3 million times, in which I explain there's a simple proof of this, and it exists for any Sudoku puzzle. But David, who wrote to us overnight, pointed out that there is a similar type thing in a Squishtoku. It just doesn't look the same, and I thought I might share it with you because it's a really funny pattern. And the way to find the pattern is to think about set theory, I guess. So if we look at, let's highlight some cells. We'll highlight the 4 corner boxes in yellow. And the crucial thing, in order to understand this proof, I'm going to tell you that those digits I've just highlighted are 4 sets of the digits 1 to 9. I think we'd all agree with that, because obviously that box contains the digits 1 to 9, as does this box, etc. So this is 4 sets of the digits 1 to 9. Now, if you highlight that box, what colour shall I? What's the most beautiful colour we can choose? Purple. Let's choose purple. Now, that box also must contain 1 set of the digits 1 to 9, mustn't it? Because that is box 4 in effect. The same must be true of this box. The same must be true of this box. Now it's getting a bit more complicated because these 2 cells I've highlighted twice in purple, so let's give them a little flash to indicate that. And that box as well. And then these 2 would be twice in purple. But I've just highlighted 4 complete boxes in purple, and initially I highlighted 4 complete boxes in yellow. So the set of yellow and the set of purple, counting these cells twice, is the same set of digits. And obviously then, if we were to remove this digit, or this cell I should say, I prefer the word digit, I prefer the word cell for how this set theory works. If I remove this cell's contents from yellow and purple, if yellow and purple were the same before I took the same thing out of both, because this digit will be the same in yellow and purple, then clearly what's left in both sets will be the same still. And we can do that for all the cells that have two colours in them. We're going to have to think a little bit harder about these central cells. These were twice in twice in purple and once in yellow. So net, they're sort of once in purple. So the Squishtoku version of the Squishtomefel ring is this thing, which is really, I don't know, I find it surprising. So what we're saying here is we've just proved that those 16 cells are the same as, well, I don't even know how to describe it, this sort of purple cross shape in a Squishtoku. And I found that really quite interesting. Apparently it wasn't useful to know this in order to solve the puzzle yesterday, so we didn't need to know it. It wouldn't have helped me. But anyway, I thought I would share it with you because it tickled me. Now, what else can I tell you about? Streaming tomorrow night, 10 PM UK time. We are streaming, what is it, Blueprints. Here it is. This game that has been so popular. And lots of you have been saying, we've done a 2-hour stint on it already. But lots of you have said, can we return to it? And yes, we can. And that will happen tomorrow. We'd love to have your company if you're around. 10 PM UK time. I will try and remember to put a link on the screen. Oh, Patreon. Oh, I haven't got it today. Oh, Bobbins McBobbins face. I wanted to show you the league table for how many puzzles have been solved. Basically, over on Patreon, our brand new competition has just launched on the 1st of May. It's Blobz's Sudoku Hunt, featuring lots and lots of puzzles with an oil and water theme. I think we got feedback. I think the first entry we had in, somebody completed all the puzzles. I want to say, I think it was Tim did it in about shade under 4 hours. So that's very quick. So you can get through them all quite quickly if you devote a constant, well, A, if you're very clever, and B, if you do them very quickly. But there's plenty of time. Got until the 20th. Do have a go. The prize will be the chance to make a Sudoku video with me that will appear on the channel. So maybe some of you might like to do that. Now, what else? I've got birthdays to do. Now, the first birthday is Curtis. But Curtis, it was your birthday yesterday. But I only found this out at 3:30 PM yesterday afternoon, at which time I'd already recorded yesterday's Squishtoku video. So apologies that I couldn't read your birthday out yesterday. I know you've been watching since the original Miracle Sudoku, and I hope that you had a great birthday yesterday with enormous amounts of chocolate cake. Now, someone I don't think is having chocolate cake, and whose birthday it is today, is Benjamin. Now, Benjamin, you've turned 48, one of my favourite numbers today, over there in Huntsville, Alabama. And I know this because your sons, Alex and Lincoln, and wife, Christine, wrote in and said that you've been watching the channel for 6 months, so a bit less time than the Miracle Sudoku, but you haven't missed an episode in that time. That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Benjamin, for watching so diligently. And I gather apple pie is your favourite on your birthday, so I hope you have apple pie with... I like apple pie. You know when the pie bit has sort of brown sugar baked in, you know, sort of like a crust of brown sugar. That's important, and I hope you get that. Anyway, next, another birthday for today. Actually, today is Star Wars Day. It is Star Wars Day. Yes, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, Wayne. Wayne, you've turned the big 4-0 today. And I know this because your wife Diana wrote to us and told me that you both watch the channel, I think as a prelude to sleep, because I have that effect on people. But Diana described you, Wayne, as an amazing husband and father to Avery and Haven. What beautiful names, actually. And you are having chocolate cake today. So, Wayne, many happy returns. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you watch this video. And I hope you're going to see me solve Manta by IcyFruit. Let's have a look at the puzzle, and I will read you the rules. What have we got going on? We've got normal Sudoku rules apply, so that means we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. on purple lines, digits an equal distance from the centre of the line must sum to the digit at the centre. So, if this square was 6, we would be saying that those two digits add up to 6. So that could be 1 and 5. And these two digits add up to 6. So that could be 2 and 4. And that would be a legitimate way of filling that line, I think. It tells us that the centre of the line is marked with a dot. Now, on blue lines, these are less common lines. On blue lines, each set of 3 digits sums to a multiple of 5. Now, I think that means that that is a set of 3 digits. What colour should we use? Yellow. So those 3 add to a multiple of 5. That would be a set of 3 digits. So they add to a multiple of 5. And that is a set of 3 digits. So they add to a multiple of 5. And I think we'll get to this when we solve, but I think that's going to lead to sort of properties similar if you've seen puzzles with modulo lines or entropic lines. I think we're going to get a similar property with the blue lines, but do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, let's take stock quickly of any secrets we know about either the purple lines or the blue lines. I think I know very few secrets about zipper lines. The only secret you know about zipper lines, or I know about zipper lines, is you can't put 9. 9 on a zipper line can only go in the circle. Because if you put 9 here, for example, you're adding 9 to this digit to get to the central digit. And obviously the central digit can't be bigger than 9. So that is... It means 9 is on this line, I suppose. We might as well record that. 9 in the middle box is in one of 4 positions, because it can't be on the legs of the zipper. Okay, and that's it. That's all I've got for you on purple lines. But I think we might be able to do more with these 5-line things, because there's going to be a modulus property here, isn't there? Let's start with this one. What do I mean by a modulus property? What I mean is that if we know that these 3 digits sum to a multiple of 5, let's just highlight those again. But we know those 3 sum to a multiple of 5. You can see that those 2 digits there are common to both of those sets. So if these 2 digits added up to 10, oh no, that's a bad choice, because that's going to make both of those 5. Let's make these add up to 6. If these added up to 6, then this would be a 4 or a 9, wouldn't it? Yeah, if those 2 add up to 6, let's just put in an example, 1 and 5. Then in order to make that string add up to a multiple of 5, I think this has to be 4 or 9. And so does this one. They're going to have the same relationship. They're going to have the same remainder when divided by 5. It is the way I'm sort of thinking about this. So you can see that the numbers 4 and 9 both have a 4 remainder when divided by 5. 5 goes into 4 0 times with a remainder of 4. 5 goes into 9 once with a remainder of 4. And you're going to get the same relationship between this digit and this digit, because those 2 are going to be common, and so you're going to need the same sort of balancing effect with those digits. Now, so perhaps what we're meant to do is to use that in the middle box. So what we're saying is that one, let's give that one a colour, red. is the same, has the same remainder vis-a-vis 5. So this is not a 5. There you go. That's an actual deduction. Because if this was a 5, this to have the same remainder, there's only one digit in Sudoku that has a 0 remainder when divided by 5, and that is the number 5. So if we did make that 5, we know these two would add up to 5, 10 or 15 or something. So this would also have to be a 0 mod 5 number, and it would have to be double 5. So otherwise, if this was, say, a 1, that would be a 6, wouldn't it, to have the same remainder? 1 and 6. Yeah, so the 1 and 6, 2 and 7, 3 and 8, 4 and 9. Okay, let's continue highlighting. So, oh no, that, what colour should we make this? Yellow. So that's the same as that one, and then this one doesn't have a pair on the line actually. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, this is not. I don't think this is where to start. Oh. Ooh, this is. I don't know if this matters as well, but there's a secret point about this column. Now, a secret is something I share with only my very favourite people. I've already given away basically all the secrets I know, but there is one fundamental secret that exists in Sudoku. And I'm going to share that with you now, and it's the sum of any column, or any row, or indeed any box of a Sudoku. And the secret is that a complete column, because it's the digits 1 to 9, once each, will sum to 45. So that's what I share with only my very favourite people. So the Sudoku secret is 45. Now 45 is divisible by 5. But those 3 digits are divisible by 5. That's 3 consecutive digits on a line. Those 3 digits are consecutive on a line, so they have a 0 remainder when divided by 5. So these 3 digits are also, there's a sort of, it's not shown, but there is a blue line. In fact, I'm going to put it in. There is a blue line going there. There must be. It doesn't really tell us anything, does it? These lines are a bit weird, actually. The same is true in, okay, there's a more difficult to depict line in column 9. Those 3 and those 3 add up to a multiple of 5. So because the whole column is a multiple of 5, those 3 add up to a multiple of 5. Yeah, in box 9, those 3 add up to a multiple of 5. Those 3 add up to a multiple of 5. So these 3 add up to a multiple of 5. Now, do we care? Here's the next question. Do we care? A multiple of 5. Okay, it's not. Those 3 digits can't add up to 5 because 3 digits in Sudoku, the minimum they can add up to is 6 if they were 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, this is even as well, isn't it? I was just thinking about the logic of a zipper that's this long. That, let's call that digit x. Then obviously, because that's x and those two sum to x, overall this adds up to 2x, so it's even. So actually, this is very restricted then. Yeah. What is this? Is, I think, a reasonable question. Because we know that this adds up to a multiple of 5. We've just worked out it's even. So it's 10 or 20. It's not 20. Well, okay, why is it not 20? Because you might say, well, we could make 3 different digits add up to 20. Absolutely, we could. But what digit are we going to put in the middle if these 3 digits add up to 20? That's going to be a 10, and that's not possible. So this digit is a 5, and these 2 digits add up to 5, and that is not, that's not where I thought. It looks like all the magic's going on here, but actually that digit is just available. Right. So now, I mean, I can see those two have the same. Those have got the same modulus. Oh, Bobbin's face. I don't know. What does this mean? So that means that okay. One thing that means in this box that's a bit strange. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I was about to say is true. Let me just mull it over for a second. I think it is true. Because 5 has gone from this. Well, when I say gone, it's been hypothecated to the pink line. What you couldn't do here is have. You couldn't have on this line either 2 digits that add up to 15, 10, or 5, could you? Because imagine those 2 digits added up to 15, so they were 7 and 8. Then in order for this line to be divisible by 5, you'd need another 5 on it, because we'd need the 0 remainder 5 digit. So I feel like the moment we get any digit on that, so imagine that was an 8. Then these 2 squares couldn't be 2 or 7. But 2 could go here, so 7 would be over here. And then 3 could go there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think there's something going on here. Does it matter that we... It feels like this one. But the thing is, that could be that digit, couldn't it? If this was a 1, that one would be a 1 or a 6. And then those, there's no problem there. There's no problem there. I almost feel that one, because IcyFruit could have left this off. So why is he extended it? I'm saying he, actually, I don't know who IcyFruit is. Why has IcyFruit extended it here? I don't know. I'm sorry, okay, I'm not doing very well with this. Is it going to be that these 3 are a multiple of 5? Oh, hang on. That digit's the same as that digit. Ah, what's that doing? Right, sorry. Look at this digit. I'll make it orange. Where is that digit in this box? I'm sorry, that is completely obvious. It can't go in its own column, And it certainly can't go on its own zipper line, because if you put that digit on its own zipper line, what would the digit opposite, like imagine this was orange, what would the implication be for the value of this? These two squares have to add up to this digit, so this would be a 0. That's not going to work. So that digit is that digit, which has a relay. Okay, so let's make that. Actually, I'll do it like this. So that digit is that digit, which shares modularity with that digit. So, well, okay, this digit is not a small digit, is it? That is something we can say with certainty. And the reason I can say that with certainty is that those digits all have to be different in box 5. So imagine these were as low as we could make them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then there's definitely a 5 in there. So this must add up to more than that 5. So that is 6, 7, 8 or 9. So that is 6, 7, 8 or 9. And that shares modularity. It has the same remainder when divided by 5 as that number. So so this is 1, 2, 3 or 4. So if this is 6, this is 1. If this is 7, this is 2. Those two differ in value by 5. This is it. This is it somehow, isn't it? Orange. Can that be orange? No. If I'm just thinking about Sudoku in this column. If that's... No, it can't, because there's only two numbers associated with each remainder. So if I did make this orange, given this is orange, or this has the same modularity as this, we'd have 3 digits in box 5 with the same remainder when divided by 5, and there is no such Sudoku digit that has that property. Sudoku digits would have to go up to 11, and then 1, 6 and 11 could work, and they don't do that. So this digit, the orange digit, is down there. It's in one of those two cells. Now, okay, so what does that mean? These two are a pair. Actually, I don't think 6 will work, but I've had another idea. 2, 3, 4, 5. That digit is a little bit restricted, I think, because we know by mathematics, whatever this is, 6, 7, 8 or 9, it's the same as the sum of those two, isn't it? And it's the same as the sum of those two by the zipper logic. So that p pentomino there is 3 lots of this digit. So if this was a 6, it would... The remainder that those 5 digits would have when divided by 5 would be 3. Because the way I'm seeing that, I know 6 has a 1 remainder. If I've got 3 1 remainders, I've got a net remainder of 3. And I know that the remainder when this is divided by 5 is 0, and I know the box is 0, remainder 5 overall. So that digit would be a remainder 2 digit, which is 2 or 7. So if that's 6, that's 2 or 7. It's clearly not going to be 7, is it? Because you can't put 7 on a line that adds up to 6. So if that's 6, that's 2, and that's 4. Although, hang on, I had another idea as to why 6 might not work. Let me just explain that. I was thinking the only way this can be 6 is if I do populate these digits with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I was wondering where I was going to put the 3 in that panoply of digits. Because 3, obviously, the partner of 3 that adds up that adds up to 6 with 3 is another 3, and I can't, that's not double 3, that's not double 3, and if I do put 3 there, that would be a 3. Those two are adding up to this digit, so actually, hang on, we can get rid of 6 from here, which means I can get rid of 1 from here. So, okay, let's go back to my idea about remainders. So what we were saying is, if this was 7, those digits would add up to 21, which is a net 1 remainder. So this would have a remainder of 4. This would be 4 or 9. Well, it couldn't be 9 if it's adding up to 7. So if that's 7, that's 3. If this is 8, we're on 24. We need a 1 or a 6 here. Oh, bobbins. This is exploding. Because 1 or 6 there is 2 or 7 there. And 1 and 6 are both perfectly reasonable, aren't they? And if this is 9, 27, we need a 3 or an 8 here. If this is 9, there's very little restriction. 3 or 8, adding up to 9, so 1 or 6. This is total nonsense. Sorry. I was quite interested in that. But it's not right. But it's certainly not causing a meaningful restriction. That's very annoying, isn't it? So how do we do this? So if that's 7 and that's 7, that doesn't work for a totally and utterly different reason. Right, that I can prove this isn't 7. If these are 7, I'm going to get rid of this as well because I can't remember which one of these corresponded to 7. So we'll recalculate this in a minute. But the 7 here is... well, the question I then asked was, where's 8 and 9 in box 5? Because once this is 7, I can't put 8 or 9 on the zipper legs here. So I've got to put them over here. But I know what, if this is 7, I know what this digit is. It's 5 different from 7, so it's 2. And 2, 8 and 9, I think, add up to 19, which makes that little string of digits not add up to a multiple of 5. And therefore, it doesn't work, does it? So this is not 7, and this is not 2. Let's try 8. So if we go 8, 8, 3, then one of those is 9, because again we can't put 9 on the zipper legs. Ooh, where's 4? It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. That doesn't work. Okay, oh, I've got the tears in my eyes now. That's so beautiful. Look, if this is 8, the question that comes to mind is, firstly, where's 9 in the box? Well, that's over here somewhere. Let's put it there. So we now know we've got 12 on this line. But then you think about, okay, do I have a totally free rein about what digits now I put on the zipper legs? No, because we've got this awkward 4 problem. It's a bit like the 6 problem with 3. It's the same thing. I can't put 4 on the legs because I will have to put a 4 opposite. If that's a 4, that's a 4. If that's a 4, that's a 4. If that's a 4, that's a 4. It doesn't work. Sudoku prevents it. So 4 has to go here, and those are meant to add up to a multiple of 5, and they definitely, 16 is not divisible by 5, so that doesn't work. Oh, hang on. So this is 9, is where we've got to. So that's 9, that's 9, that's 4. Those are not 9 anymore. This is going to take a bit of the pressure off, though, because now there's no restriction about what goes on the legs here, because 9's so big, obviously you can put anything on the zipper. Oh, but now, okay, now I can at least limit this digit. Because now we know those digits add up to 27. So this has got to be a number that has a remainder of 3 when divided by 5. So that is 3 or 8 on a zipper. So this is 1 or 6, because we have to make that domino add up to 9. Oh dear. This can't... Oh, okay, where's 5 then in this box? That's a good question. Because we can't put 5 on the legs of the zipper. Because what would 5 need? It would need a 4. And the 4 is not on the legs of the zipper. So the 5 is over here. Oh, it's just beautiful, isn't it? Oh, if that's 5, that's going to be 5 as well. Because these share modularity. Yeah, okay, look here. So we've got 5 plus 4. That's 9, isn't it? But we know those 3 have a 0 remainder when divided by 5. So we're adding either 1 or 6 to this little congregation of digits. So this digit is either 5, as we said before, or it's a 1 remainder digit, which is 1 or 6. So does that make sense then? So actually I think it does make sense, doesn't it? Because now what we're saying is if this was a 1-5 pair, that would be an 8, because I couldn't put 8 on the line because it would require a 1. And if this is a 6-5 pair, that would be a 3. Yeah, so this digit... Ah, hang on, is this... Oh, look, that's true. That's true. I hadn't seen this. Yeah, this digit... Where is this digit in box 5? This might have been available for a while. Well, because once we know that digit is that digit, this digit... Actually, hang on. Yeah, yes, it is true. It is true. It is true. It is true. No, that's so strange. So the way, Star Wars Day, the way where my brain worked there, it is true. It is true. And for some reason, my brain thought of C-3PO, and I thought C-3PO had said, "It is true. It is true." But no, what C-3PO said is, "It is you. It is you. R2. It is you." It's in the original Star Wars film, isn't it? When they get sort of captured. I can't remember. But it is you. It is you. Sorry. Anyway, now yeah, this digit partners up with this digit to make 9. So if I was to put this digit over here, it would need another one of these digits in one of these two squares to partner up to make 9. So this digit doesn't go there, doesn't go there. It's not equal to 9. So it does go in one of those cells. And therefore one of these cells. And... oh dear. Now we get stuck, do we? Possibly. Those two add up to either right. These add up to 11. I'm going to claim. This might be wrong, but the those two digits. Right, we know those 3 because of my blue line that I've drawn over the top. These 3 are meant to add up to a multiple of 5. Now, this being 9, that means either these add up to 1. They don't. There's 2 different numbers. They don't add up to 1. 6. That doesn't work because we can't use 2, 4 to make 6. And if this was a 1, 5 pair, both of these digits would have to be a 6, and that doesn't work. 11 would work, I think. or 16. Now 16 doesn't work because there's only one way of making 16, and that's 7 and 9, and that would repeat the 9. So I think that these two digits add up to 11, and they're not 2, 9, and they're not 4, 7, and they're not 5, 6, because if they were 5, 6, both of these would be 1. So they are 3, 8. It's lunacy, this, isn't it? It's just lunacy. How could that be a 3? No, I'm not having that. No, that's not a 3. Because if it's a 3, we know that axiomatically those 3 digits would be lower than 3 on the zipper. And there aren't 3 Sudoku digits lower than 3. So that's 8. That's 3. This is a 1, 2 pair, so I can see what this is doing. This is, again, it's just sick. This is a 1, 2 pair. They are different digits, but they both see that one. If this was a 1, the minimum value of those would be double 2, and that doesn't add up to 3. So that is 6. So this is 3 adding up to 9. 6 goes here. Now, with 5, we know one of these was a 5. So now this column is becoming known. 1, 2, 7 at the bottom. That's not 1. Or 6. This is 5. We know the modularity of that one. That's 5. That's 6. This is just, I mean, it's crazy clever, isn't it? It is just crazy clever. Now, these digits have to add up to 9. I see, they're 1, 2, 7 and 8 in some order. So that digit's going over here. I might actually record that. That doesn't seem the most useless thing to mention, does it? Oh, well, maybe it is actually. And it's different from this. So that digit can't be a 1 or a 2 either. Oh yes, okay, so we should probably look at this. What do we need in box thingy? Box 2. We need 1, 2, 4. Let's put it in. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. That digit is not 5. Actually, that digit's not 4. Because if that's a 4 on an 8 zipper, that would be a 4, which doesn't work. Right, right, look at those 4 digits now in column 5. They are a quadruple on 1, 2, 7 and 8. Now the 8 in that quadruple is down here. So we can definitely say that the 1 in this box, which must be opposite the 8 to add up to the 9, is here. So these squares don't include 1. That might be interesting. So hang on, if this is 1, 2 or 7, this is either 1, 7 or 6, because we have to make those two add up to 8. And this one is, so that would make that 6, 4, not 3. 3 won't work there because this would, so if this was a 5, that would be a 3. That doesn't work. 7 would need a 1 here. Haha, that can't be a 1 because those two squares don't only see, oh, in fact, look, that can't be a 2 either. This can't be 1 or 2 because it sees both of those. But look, this 1, 2 pair sees that. So that can't be a 1. So that can't be a 7. So this is right down to 2 or 4. Which might be important. And therefore this is 6 or 4. What does that mean? Anything? I'm not seeing anything. But okay, let's use this column because we've got a 1, 2, 7, 8 here. So these squares are a 4, 9 pair, and these squares are 368, I want to say, to complete box 8. 368, these aren't 8. Oh, if these aren't 8, these aren't 1. We already knew that, didn't we? I feel like I knew that already somehow. 368. Not sure. Not sure what to look at now. Okay, so let's try other things. What could we look at next? We could look at... we've got everything on the bottom of this modulo line, so we have to preserve modularity, don't we? We know the modularity of this is the same as the modularity of this, because whatever these two add up to are common to that string and that string. So this one and this one have the same modularity, so they are either 2,7 or 1,6. Hang on, let me just highlight this. So what we're saying is that these two are the same. So this is either 1, 2, or 7, which is the same as that one, because 6 is unavailable. Yeah, okay, and that's going to be the same for this digit. Those two have the same modularity. Let's reuse red. Let's get rid of red from here. So this is 1, 2, or 7. And that's very useful for the following reason. Come on, brain, think of a reason. I don't know. I don't know. I've got nothing there, I'm afraid. So, can we do anything down here now? If there was a 4 on there, then we'd have an X-swing on 4s, and there would be a 4 over there. But this box is so under-resourced, isn't it? There is literally no grid furniture in it. What about... That's quite a high number, I can see that. The way I'm seeing that is that there are 4 digits here on the legs of this zipper. So if we just populate that quickly with 1, 2, 3, actually it couldn't be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, so actually that's pushing that up even further. This is at least 7 or 8. It can't be 5. If it's 5, those have to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's going to put 2 7s into those squares. So this square is either 7 or 8 by Sudoku. Now, I think 8 might not work, because 8's going to stop. If this is 8, those two can't be 3, 5, and they can't be 1, 7. They would have to be, if that's 8, this has to be 2, 6. And then this would have to be 3, 5. I don't know. Maybe that does work then. What if that's 7? If that's 7, this is 1, 6 then. If that's 7, that's 1, 6. So this... Oh, no, that doesn't work. Ah, it's 7 that doesn't work. Right, if that's 7... There's no way to fill these two leggy pieces, because if this is 7, you can see this domino here can't be 2, 5 or 3, 4, so it has to be a 1, 6 pair. Now once this is a 1, 6 pair, down here we've got a 2. That's the crucial thing to realise, because now this domino cannot be 2, 5. It can't be 1, 6, we've put that here, and it can't be 3, 4 because of this 4. So there's no possible fill of that zipper. So this is 8, this is 2, 6, which means that isn't 2. Which means if that's not 2, what are we adding up to? 9, so that's not 7. Now, that's not 2, so this is 1, 7, yeah, this is 3, 5, that's what we were going to, yeah. And the one thing I noticed about this when I was thinking it through before, is that being 3, 5, it forms a natural pair here with this 3, 5, so there's 3s and 5s now over here, and in fact the 5 is not there by Sudoku. That's not 7, so that's 7 takes out 2 from here. This is a 1, 7 pair now. So this has not got 7 in it. This is 2, 4, 5. Oh, right. So now this is a 1. So that's a 1. That's a 7. That's a 1. This is 2. This 1, it means that's 1 and that's 7. Now we know that red modulo, this digit can't be 6, so it's 1. This is... got to be careful there, because it looks like that's trying to be 7. That's not what we were saying with our shading. What we were saying is this and this have the same remainder when divided by 5. So I don't know that we do know that. It probably will be 7, but we don't know that. Oh goodness, there's a motorbike. It's probably Maverick's just finished his flight. And now he's coming to disturb me in a different way. So what do we need in this box? We need 8 and 9. Where's 8 and 9 going in this box? Not there, so that's got to be 8 and 9. And now I should be able to get this digit. 4, this digit is. That's the only thing I've not pencil marked here. So if that's 4... Hang on, let me think about this. Or this column, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. See, this digit is 4, 5, or 6. Oh, I thought 5 was going to be placed in the column because we've got 2 5s here. But it's not quite. 5 is in one of those 3 squares. 3, 4, 5. So these two are both 3, 4, 6, I think. That one's got a ludicrous number of pencil. Oh, well, come on, I'll do it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so is it something to do with this zipper then? Is a question we could ask, couldn't we? What do we need in this row? 2, 3, 5, 8. Let's just put that in and think about it. We know that's not 5. That can't be 8. That definitely is true. If that's 8, this would have to be bigger than 8. That won't work. So that's 2 or 3. And that can't be 2 because then we couldn't fill a 0 in here. So if that's 3, this has to be 1. If this is 5, then this is 2 or 3. Although it can't be 3 because we know the 3 is down here. Sorry, so if this is 5, this is 2 actually. And if this is 8, that would be a 6, is how it would work. So 8, because this can't be a 3 or a 5. So 8, 2, 6. Oh, sorry, that breaks that. Hang on, now I might be wrong about that. This digit might be problematic for 8 here. If that's 8, yeah, it's lovely. It's just lovely. It's such a beautiful selection. Given the options here, it's so gorgeous. If that's a 2, well, no, we have to start with 8 here. If that's 8, because this can't be 3 because it would make this 5 and the 3, 5 pair is problematic. It would be an 8, 2 pair and that would crack. So this is not 8. So now that's not 6. This is right down. It's down to 1 or 2, I think. Now, does it mean... Can we do better than that somehow? So if this is 5, we're either in 5-3 land, 5-3 with this being a 2, or we're in 3-2 land with this being a 1. Yeah, and I can see that doesn't work, but it's a bit complicated. It's pretty beautiful, to be honest. If this is a 3, but let me show you. If we go 3-2-1, dusty bin, the point is this becomes an 8. But now on this, but that's meant to be a 1 because they're meant to add up to 9, and that won't work. So this is not 3-2-1. So this must be 5. This must be 3 because I can't put 3 here. So that it goes 3, 5, 2, 2, 8, 8, 9. Now these zippers are done. That's got to be a 7, 1. This is an 8. So this shares modularity. So this is 3 or 8 on this thingy. And therefore, right, surely we know what's going on here. What do we need in this row? 1, 6 into those squares. 4, 7, 9 into those squares. The Sudoku appears to be working, which is always a relief. There is a 5, look. Oh, there's a 5 on that top zipper thing. Which might be interesting. So this has got 5 on it. So it's got 5 and 2 digits that add up to either 5 or 10 or 15. "15 would be difficult. It would have to be 5, 6, 9 with a 5 there and a 6, 9 pair. That square's not a 2, so that square's not a 3. That square's not a 1, so that square's not a 4. It's not impossible, is it, that it's something Sudoku related. Oh dear. What about... Oh, I see. Here's something. Where's 2 in column 9 is a good question. Because we can't put it up here. Or can we? No, I'm wrong. No, you can put it up there. It could be 2, 3. Ah, bobbins. I was thinking about this knocking 8 off this line. If we do put the 2 up here, then the only way those 3 add up to 10 is it couldn't be 5. Well, it couldn't be 5, 2, 8, but it could be, I think, 5, 2, 3, unless there's a reason that we can't do that over here. 5, 2, 3. Yeah, probably 2, 3 there, do you think? Not sure. Not sure. Let's try something else. Do I know? Oh, 8's in one of those squares I've just seen. Sudoku 1 is in one of those squares. It could be Sudoku now, you know. We have got quite a lot. We've got quite a few digits, haven't we? So Sudoku might be our friend. That fair-weathered friend that it is. Where is 1 in box 7? One of 2 places. Where is... I don't know. I don't know what to do. What can we do now? If we put... Maybe I know something about those two digits that I don't realise I know. Those two, if that's 8, these are adding up to either 7 or 12, aren't they? So 12 would have to be 3, 9. Might be okay. And I suspect... Well, 7 probably has a bit of an impact on this. If this was 7, it couldn't be 2, 5. So it would be 1, 6. It couldn't be 3, 4. That would kill both variations of 5. So, okay. So probably I do have to think about this domino, I think. Let's think about that harder. Right, so if these add up to 7, they are 1, 6, we've worked out. And if these add up to 12, they are 3, 9. It's not brilliant, is it? But I suppose if that's 3, 9, that has to be 8. This has to be 4, 1. So do we learn anything about that? We know that there's either a 1 or a 3 on this stretch, and either a 6 or a 9. Is that related to this digit somehow? So if this is a 1, this is 3, 9. And if this is a 6... Oh, no, sorry. Oh, that's it. Oh, I'm so stupid. Okay. How long is... Oh, I'm an hour. I'm entitled to be stupid after an hour. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If there's no way this adds up to 7. It can't do it. It's really clever, actually. It's typical IcyFruit, just making me look stupid in front of a lot of people again. Right. Let's go back. How could these add up to 7? Okay, they can't add up to 2. That would be the other possibility, to make that add up to 10. So that doesn't work. If they add up to 7, 1, 6 is out because of this. 2, 5 is out because of this. 3, 4 is out because this can't exist then. It can't add up to 5 anymore if you take 3 and 4 out of the equation. This would be a 1, 2 pair. So, this, I think, has to add up to 12. It can't add up to 17 because that would be an 8, 9 pair. So this is 3, 9. This is 8 repeating. And if that's 3, 9, this is 1, 4. Because it's not 2, 3 anymore. Now I presume this is going to do all sorts of stuff for us. This line is now 2, 3. Oh. No, I don't want 3 there, because I was thinking I'd need 5 with that. 2, 6, 7. Which is lovely. That does add up to 15, so that makes sense. Right, and that's not 2. How does this resolve? We've got this 2, 7 pair here. Is that somehow related? Yeah, I suppose... Yeah, that does mean that 2 in this row is very restricted. It can't go in any of those cells, can it? So it is right at the end, or right at the beginning, I suppose, might be a better way of putting it. Oh, hang on. We worked out, didn't we? Yeah, we worked out that this could be... Well, we worked out 5 was on here. That's one thing we did work out. Ah, got it. Where's 2 in this column? Now it's a good time to ask that, isn't it? Because if 2 goes up with the 5 on this line, we know it partners 3, well it doesn't, or 8, which it doesn't. So 2 in the column has to go right at the bottom. So that's 2, that's 2, that's 7. They were the same. Now, what does that do? Is there some digit we definitely know is on this line? No, it's some combination of these, isn't it? But we've got to pick a combination that adds up to 5 or 10 or 15. 15's out now because 8, 7 and 9, 6 have gone. So it's either 5, 1, 4... I can't... I mean, that would be the 1. 5, 1, 4. This would be a 7, 6 pair. I don't know. I don't see what the problem is with that. Maybe it's more Sudoku. 8. Okay, 8 is here now. 2 is here in box 3. So that's a 4, 5, 2. On this zipper, we have to add 4 to 4 to make 8. That doesn't resolve this. It looks like it's trying to, but it doesn't. I've got a horrible feeling this is going to be... Oh, we could get a 3 in the corner here if that's a 3. 1, 1, 3, 4, 7. So this square is really restricted. That's 3 or 7. And in this row, yeah, this is good. This is good. 4 is... I can't put a 1, 4 pair on this line anymore, because the only place for 1 and 4 on the line is that position. So, okay, and we know it can't be 15 we're adding, so it is 10. We need 5 here, and then 2 digits that add up to 10, which are not 2, 8, are not 3, 7, and are not 1, 9. So this is 5, 4, 6, and we know where the 4 goes. So this is a 5, 6 pair. I'm looking across the line, I'm looking across here expecting it to be resolved. I can't see why it is, but perhaps Sudoku will save us. So we've got 7 here now. We've got 1 here, we've got 6 here. We've got 6 here, 7 here. So we can take 6 out of a couple of positions. 4 out of this position, actually. This has become 3 or 5. I've got a 5, 6 pair in this row. So 7 and 9 are what we need to place. That 4 is doing a bit, isn't it? 4 and 9 here. And now in this column we haven't put 1. This is, okay, this is 3, 7, 9. Is it chocolate teapotted? That's not 9. That's not 7. It's chocolate teapotted. What? What is going on? Okay. Well, we have to accept it. We're going to have to work out something. There's no more lines to do. Is this resolved somehow? This must be resolved. It's either that or it's some naughty old Sudoku in the bottom of the grid. Maybe it is naughty old Sudoku. That can't be 8. This 4. Yeah, naughty old Sudoku. Let's keep... Yeah, here we go. Oh, Simon. Yeah, this was naughty old Sudoku coming to the rescue. That 3 is giving me a 5 here. So that's 6. Oh, good. I was wondering how this was going to resolve. It's like that, is it? So in the top row, we need 3, 5, 9 into these positions. Okay. We can take 5 out of here. This square can't be a 4 anymore. So we've got a 3, 6 pair, and I've not put 8 and 9. Aha! So that's 8, that's 9, that's 1. That's 7. That's 9, 3, 7. That does my chocolate teapot up there. Oh, no 3 in the corner. But if that's 3, okay, that's 3, that's 5. That's 5, that's 9. Is this 2, 6 done? Yes, where's 6 in column 1? It has to be there. That's 2 now. This row, that ought to be doable. That's a 7. And this square is 6 by Sudoku, thank goodness. So 6, 3, 3, 4. That's just brilliant. It's just brilliant. Okay, I didn't really excel by not spotting that this couldn't add up to 7 if that was 1 or 6. But, I mean, that is so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful puzzle. It's taken me, what, a shade over an hour? Given us probably about 10 minutes of introduction. I'm not unhappy. If you get an IcyFruit puzzle done in just over an hour, I'm going to accept that every single time. That is an immense improvement on my last time. But it's still such a beautiful puzzle, isn't it? It really is just stunningly, stunningly gorgeous. And all about, let's just tidy that up slightly. Oh, it's a bit mathematics, wasn't it? A bit of Sudoku, and a bit of thinking about, you know, how the legs of this zipper were interacted. It's gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous puzzle. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.